All right, folks. Delphi experiment is on its way. I wetted. I wasn't going to take a brand new pair of jeans and wet them and put them in the yard. So what I did was I took a baseball cap that I have, which the front of it is like jean material. I soaked that. Then I got one of my socks, one of them white regular cloth, shin high socks or whatever. And I soaked it, but I did not wring any of them out. I soaked them and threw them on the ground. Now, the temperature is 49 today, I believe. Same temperature pretty much that it was on February 13th of 2017. Although we do have a pretty good wind out right now. I don't know how windy it would be where the girls were found. They were supposedly found in a small ravine, possibly blocked by the wind. So I'm kind of like, I just threw it in an area where there's a couple things blocking it a little bit, but the wind is coming through. They are soaking wet. And now we wait. Now we wait to see tomorrow if the clothes are still wet or if they're dry. So, and it's melting like crazy out here. I mean, we got small lakes going on in the parking lot, on the sidewalk and everything out here. So the snow is melting. It is pretty much the same atmosphere that it was that day, but the sun was out a little more than it is today. So, the experiment is going on. Now, I set that stuff out. There's a lot of people saying it happened at 2:15 to 3 o'clock, the murders. From, there's other people saying 3 o'clock to 5 o'clock is when the girls were killed. So I went ahead and put it out there about 2:15, 2:30. And we'll see. We'll see tomorrow what kind of shape the clothes or the hat is and the sock. We'll see if it's dry. Although tonight ain't supposed to get as cold as it did on February 13th, 2017. It got below freezing, which I think it is tonight supposed to get down to 30 or close to freezing. But on that day, it got down into the 20s, I think. Middle 20s, 30, something like that. So we'll see. And remember, this is an ongoing case. There's still suspects walking among us. I have a couple irons in the fire, but I think the police are on the right track. They know it's a big ring of people. They know that. They know one thing turned into another thing, turned into another lead to another. So the Delphi experiment is happening right now. If you want, I can show you the ball cap and the sock that is sitting out in the dirt. I didn't put it on concrete because where the girls were found was wildlife dirt. So I set it on the dirt, the ground, and we'll see. Tomorrow when we go there, we'll see if them clothes out there, that sock and that is still wet. Because if they cross the river, their shoes. Oh, wait, I got to get a gym shoe and throw it out there real quick. I got to soak and wet one of my old ripped up gym shoes I got. Throw it out there, because if they crossed the river, the gym shoes would have been wet. Thus, the socks. Thus, I don't know if they were wearing jeans that day, sweatpants. I don't know. I imagine February they had to be wearing something, either sweatpants or jeans. You would think, but I could be wrong. I don't know. But let me get my gym shoe. All right, here is one of the gym shoes, and I am going to go. I'm going to soak it right now outside from the hose, and I'm going to leave this gym shoe out there, and we'll see if this gym shoe is soaking wet in the morning or wet at all. And this would have told the investigators if the girls crossed the river actually, or if the shoe and the sock or whatever was just thrown to make it look like it went downstream, so people would look downstream or something for them, instead of the location. So I'm going to do that. I'll be right back. All right. I just filled it up with water, poured it out, filled it up with water again, and let it ooze out the shoe, the front of it, and then just set it down on the ground out there. Now we sit and wait until tomorrow morning. I think they were found somewhere 10 o'clock or something like that in the morning the next day or something. Or now we sit and wait and see if tomorrow morning them articles of clothing are still wet. And that will tell us if we were there as an investigator. Is it possible they didn't cross the river? Would the clothes dry fast enough? The temperature, the wind, the temperature drop at night, are them articles of clothes still going to be wet? We'll find out. And I can tell you this much. I will take the camera outside to show you guys the wet article of clothing, the gym shoes, the hat, and the sock. But now we just sit and wait here at JK 101 FM. Serious radio all the time. And we do our own investigation. As investigator, YouTube investigator, although we're not real, but on YouTube we can be. See, that's what I love about. Tomorrow I'm going to be a physician and whatever. I'm going to be a physicist or who knows, whatever I want to be tomorrow. I could be on YouTube. I might wake up tomorrow and work for the CIA. I'm not sure yet. But there's one thing I know is reality from fantasy. And most of these people in the world cannot determine one from the other. So there we go. Our studies begin here at JK 101 FM. Serious radio all the time. Broadcasting from that beautiful state, Indiana, LaGrange, God's country in the wild. So, there you go, folks. That's how we do things around here. I got to do everything around here. So country. Now, tomorrow I might wake up and be the president. I don't know. I'm not sure. But that's what I love about YouTube is it lets me be who I want to be. An idiot. All right, I gotta go check on my little brother. I'll be back later. I might even get a great outdoors. It was a little bit sunny this morning, but the clouds are coming in, and that's going to take an effect too. I have to determine that. On that day, the sun was out down there. So we'll see. You folks have a great night. Be safe. I'll be back later and I'll be testing it throughout the night. I usually go to bed pretty late, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock. I wish I went to bed like I used to early, and before I go to bed, I'm going to go out there and check it and see if it's damp or if it's already dry. And there is a big wind today, so I have to take that into effect. With wind, that's going to cause things to dry faster. So it's possible that the only way they could have told the tale that they crossed the river was either through footprints or finding the shoes if they weren't thrown to divert away from the crime scene into the river so it went downstream. We'll find out. This is what happens when people become bored. They do, well, stupid things like experiments to see if clothes are going to be dry by a certain time tomorrow in the atmosphere that we're in. That is somewhat similar to what happened on February 13th of 2017 between 2:15 and 5 o'clock in the afternoon. We'll find out. I'll be back.